In this video, we're going to learn how to use the Social Apps software. So as you can see, I'm logged in right here and we're on the dashboard. So here's a tab that says Cloud Files. So this is where you're going to find all your saved templates and files. And over here, you're going to see your name with a little cogwheel. Click that. You can sign out if you want to, or you could go to My Profile and go ahead and change your password at any time. Once you've done that, go ahead and click Change Password, and that's going to make it go live. Okay, let's take a look at the dashboard for the social media. So we have cover, we have story, and we have post. So depending on what you want to do is going to be what type of template you're going to choose. So let's just say we want to do an Instagram story. So let's go ahead and open that. Okay, so now we can choose from the different types of templates in here. Okay, what I'm going to do is look for one within my niche. So my niche is marketing space. So online marketing. Okay, let's go with this one here. So it's going to load up in the canvas. So we're on the canvas here, and before I click anything, it's going to open up the sidebar as soon as I click something. So I don't want to do that yet, because let's just go over the side panel first. So you have dashboard here. If you click that, it's going to kick you out. Okay, of course you have OK or cancel, but if you click OK, it's going to kick you back to when you first logged in to the dashboard. All right, so I don't want to do that. And you won't be able to save your image. So make sure that you click cancel if you do that by accident. So your background here, you could choose a different background for your image here. Now this can really screw things up on here if you're not careful. So be careful when you use this, because there's no undo button in here. You can only remove something that you add. And when you change the backgrounds on these, sometimes it's hard to get back to what you had right here. So let me show you though one little trick that I need to show you. When you are wanting to select the background, to get the little scroll bar to show up, you have to hit down on your arrow key on your keyboard. And now you can see it pops up. And now you can use the little scroll bar, okay, with your mouse. So you can scroll through all the image templates for the backgrounds if you want to try and change one. But like I said, I recommend not changing them, the ones that's on here, because you can screw it up pretty bad, because some of these have two. So you can see this little light blue right here is actually white, this little icon. So let me just show you. You can see, so that's an image, and then behind that is another background as well. So you have to just be careful what you do. So I selected this right here. As you can see, I can remove this if I want to, but I think it looks cool when I added send to back. Okay, so as you can see, I sent it to back. So that's what happens when you click on something. It's going to pull that element forward so you can edit it and see it. So if I wanted to edit this thing over here, it's going to bring it in front of everything else. But as soon as I want it to go back to where it was so I can edit something else, just send to back. All right, so that's how that works. Send to back and send to front. So all of these elements are on like layers, to where if you're familiar with Photoshop, it has layers. So the background is a layer, text is one layer, this is another layer, what have you, okay? So if you wanted this to be behind there, which I wouldn't want it to be behind there, but just to say, now you can see it went behind there, right? Okay, so let me select that again, bring it forward. All right, so just to let you know how layers work in here, same thing with this button. If I click just the button and not the text, it's going to bring it forward so I can edit it, okay, resize it or whatever I want to do. As soon as I click off, it's going to go back to how it was, because that's the layer that it's in. Click this again, bring that to back. So to edit any text on the screen, you just simply click on it and it's going to open up the text box. And you don't edit on the canvas here, you edit over here, whatever you want to change, okay? Get started is fine with me, but I do want to change this text here. So what I want to do is scroll this down so I can see all the text. And I'm just going to type in, so what I want to do here, let's go ahead, let's do it right here, right after the marketing, and hit enter so that it can look a little bit better on the canvas here. And I'm just going to center this up. Okay, let's add some text here. Learn how to become a better marketer. All right, and bring this back up. Okay, and now let's center this. Looking at the canvas over here, I want to increase the size a little bit, and let's make it centered. And let's center this up as well. All right. So next thing I want to do now, these are not clickable images on, Instagram. So what we want to do is, what I would do is add a URL in here. So let me move the button a little bit higher up. Now grab my text. Okay, if this happens, it'll bring it to the front. Just send it to back. Now I can grab my text. And now I want to add some more text. I want to put the URL under here so that when people see this, they're going to know where to go. So on Instagram, you got to have the URL in your bio. But if you want to promote something else on there, you can put the URL on your graphic images. That's what I like to do. So to do that, what we need to do here is to stop editing the text. So it's selected. We need to click done. Okay, and now you're going to see the blue button that says add text. So I click that and it went ahead and add that. So I'm going to remove that. So what I really want is this black text over here because it's already the color I need. So I'm just going to select that, click done, add text. All right. And I'm just going to put the URL for Whitelabelify in here. And again, you could use the text slider over here as well to resize. Change your font family right here. Change your text color, bold, italic, underline. Just uncheck them by clicking the buttons again. Gonna make this a little bit bigger. Center this up a little bit. All right, I'm happy with that. That looks good. All right, I'm gonna click done. Okay, so now I'm ready to save this out, okay? But one thing, I wanna show you some other things before we save this. So let's go to the image tab. So in here, you can actually upload a background if you wanna use a different background or some icons or whatever you want to do. You can upload an image here and bring it in. And you do that. Modes, grab this one just to show you. Just going to click it. So it'll bring it in for you like so. And you can resize it to whatever you want. Okay. So that's how you bring in an image. You can also use these icons over here. You can bring these in. If you want to use those, resize them to whatever you want. You can also use these image filters if you want to. Let me bring this back in just to show you. So if I click on this grayscale, it'll turn it to grayscale. Got invert, remove white, sepia, CPES, blur, emboss. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that. And I think that covers everything in here. So let's go ahead now and save this graphic. Okay, I'm going to save in cloud, which is recommended, so you can come back and edit this again later if you need to. All right, it's going to ask you to name it. Just going to say my story. Submit that. Okay, I'm going to go back to my dashboard. Okay, so once you're ready to re-edit this, just click on Cloud Files, and that's going to open up, and you see it's right here, my story. Here's some other ones that I did. I actually did a Facebook cover for our launch right here. But if you want to re-edit this again, you click on Edit This Template. It's going to reload it up on the canvas for you, just as it was when you saved it. Okay, so there you go. That's going to wrap up this training on how to use the social app software.